Okay, first things first, I'm introducing a new measurement system into these Tea Time Rants, which I am renaming as WTF, which I kind of regret not having thought of before, because, hey, puns are funny. Right, okay, if it's just a small little quibble that I've got, not going to take very long, or not really very serious about it, then I'm going to be using this tiny little thing. So, yeah, that's for just little things that don't really matter, but I want to get off my chest. If it's something, it's a bit more serious, but not really worth any sort of huge fanfare, it's going to be a regular-sized mug, quite possibly this one. If we're getting a bit more serious, then, well, out comes the big mug, for when I think I might be going on a little bit longer, which I hopefully won't break. And if it's something really quite serious that I may need to spend some time on, I'm going to break out the big guns. And yeah, for what it's worth, I did actually try to find some duct tape to cover up the branding on this. Not for any copyright reasons or anything, I just really, really don't like admitting that I've actually been into a Sports Direct at any point. Right, now that's out of the way, let's get today's video underway, shall we? Now, there's a lot that I've sat by and watched YouTube do without really batting an eyelid, just going, oh, well, that's YouTube for you. And that does include that twat who went into the Aokigahara forest looking for a corpse. And just if you actually believe that he did not go in there looking to find a body, then, well, I've got a bridge you might be interested in buying. And then when he showed how much he'd changed and how much respect he had for the deceased by tasering a dead rat, well, YouTube obviously jumped on top of that after a few months and maybe sanctioned him a little bit. To which, again, we all just went, oh, well, that's YouTube. They're a naughty platform, aren't they? Oh, just stepping a little bit into someone's way, but not actually doing anything because they're making the money. And, of course, then they did step in and made sure that everybody was safe from that sort of thing by stepping on the smaller channels who actually weren't doing anything and saying, yeah, actually you can't get monetized. So yes, they are protecting channels like mine from the bad reputation of the big people like that by doing absolutely nothing to them and sanctioning us. And once again, we all just sat there. Maybe there was a bit of a Twitter campaign, hashtag YouTube or arseholes or whatever it was they decided to put out there that did literally no use. That was literally no good. That was literally no use. There we go, got there in the end. But of course, they weren't doing it to step on the little channel either when they cut monetization for the little channels. It was so that it was to make it easier for us, obviously, because we were having trouble being monetized and only making a few pence, never actually reaching that $100, so they'd never actually have to pay out. So they cut that so they wouldn't have to pay out to the channels that they don't have to pay out to, making sure that it's clear for the bigger channels to produce more quality videos, such as tasering a dead rat. Sorry, as a rat fan, I'm not letting that go. If you think that sort of thing is entertaining, then just immediately leave the internet. Just immediately leave the internet, go back to your cave and bash the rocks together. So basically, yeah, we sat by because we couldn't do anything about this. And then, of course, there was the advertiser-friendly faction of it, whereby they had to make sure that advertisers were happy promoting videos on some channels You know, so littler ones and channels who made some sort of horror productions, or the creepypasta community is a big part of that. You know, the narration of short horror stories apparently is not advertiser friendly. However, an advert where a serial killer, like along the lines of Leatherface, is chasing someone down and then murders them both and takes selfies with their corpses because, hey, it's a phone advert, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, if I was viable for monetization, would lose that monetization if I narrated a horror story that was exactly that. However, that advert would be fine to put on any videos. And again, I'm watching YouTube. What the hell am I going to do about that green alien thing thrusting its crotch in my face? That's disgusting. I don't want to f***ing see that. If you don't know what advert I'm talking about there, consider yourselves lucky. It's disgusting. It's this green alien thing just thrusting its knob in your face. I mean, okay, you don't actually see the knobs. I embellished a bit there. Oh, can't embellish on YouTube, can you? No, okay, it's an Action Man crotch, but it's just there, thrusting it at the camera and just... I don't want to see that. I don't even know what it's an advert for. And then there's the casino ads, which are filmed in a first-person style. You know, it's someone just sat at home on their laptop recording them because, hey, who doesn't record your laptop while you're playing at a casino? And oh my god, they won! That's entirely genuine, my arse. That's misleading. They're not real people. That's not a real victory. That's just... Okay, I have no basis for that, but I find it hard to believe that anyone actually playing a casino game would just happen to be recording it, and just so happen to be recording it as they won. So, okay, that's the stuff where I have no evidential basis for out the way, but serial killers, green alien crotch, and liars playing casino games, well, that's fine. But if I want to put adverts on a video that mentions blood at all, then, oh, no, can't do that. Not advertiser friendly. Blood isn't advertiser friendly when you've got a serial killer there taking selfies of himself covered in the blood of his latest victims on an advert. This tea is actually a little hot. I might not get through it all by the end of the video, but it's for emphasis. Sorry, I don't know why I got angry at you then. When I explained that was for emphasis, I apologise. I think it's just getting into my blood. It's also very hot. My hands are getting sweaty. Of course, we all sit around and let this sort of thing happen because, hey, we're the small channels. We've got no push. The big channels, they're making money out of it. They're not going to rock the boat. I mean, George Orwell, eat your heart out. There's 1984 used as a frickin' instruction manual. And no, 1984 is not just about observation, but that's a rant for a different time. Got to switch hands now. My left hand's getting all sweaty. I hate drinking from my right hand. Doesn't feel right. Unfortunately, it then became worse when if you tagged your videos with anything tagged or titled your videos with anything to do with LGBT, that video was immediately rendered not advertiser friendly. And this has been evidentially proved. This has been empirically, this has been empirically proven that adding anything to do with LGBT, you know, a video with the transgender in the title will become advertiser unfriendly. It has been tested and that happens. Yeah, so if you're making a video about Pride Month, which this month is, and you include that in the title, hey look, not advertiser friendly anymore. And YouTube says that this is because advertisers have to feel comfortable with the videos they're putting on. I put it to you that any company who doesn't want to advertise on a video extolling LGBT rights or awareness because it might alienate some of their customers doesn't deserve to advertise. And on the same round, companies, if some of your customers might be alienated because you are advertising on LGBT-friendly videos, these are the customers you want to alienate. These are the people you don't want to supply to. Personally, if I was running a business and I found out that 40% of my customer base was anti-LGBT and I would alienate them by advertising on LGBT-friendly videos, I would take that 40% hit, because those people are scum and you do not want to supply them. Two sips, serious rant that one was. So yeah, YouTube. If these companies don't want to advertise on LGBT-friendly videos, drop them as advertisers. Yes, you're going to take a hit in the beginning, but this is how change happens. Hits must be taken in order for change to occur and for the world to become a better place where people who are different are included. Because at the moment what you're doing is you're saying, right, are you LGBT? Are you part of the LGBT community? Right, then you're not a friendly person. You're not a good person for our advertisers. You're losing us money. We don't like you because you're costing us money. You are putting money above the happiness of people who are just trying to be themselves. And you know what? That is pushing people back into the closet. There are people who won't come out because they feel that the world is being unfriendly to them. And why do they feel that the world is being unfriendly to them? Because the world is being unfriendly to them. Because companies are refusing to advertise on LGBT-friendly videos because it might alienate some of their customers. YouTube are pandering to these companies who don't want to advertise on these videos rather than saying, you know what, you don't want to advertise on LGBT-friendly videos? Find somewhere else to advertise. Which, I'm sorry YouTube, is making you an inherently anti-LGBT company. Don't like that? Bitter pill to swallow, I know, but I'm afraid there is the fact. In pandering to these people who say that LGBT-friendly videos are not the sort of thing they want to advertise on, you are actively being anti-LGBT yourself. Yep, need another bit to calm down from that one. Is this actually going down? I've been drinking this, I don't think it's going down. I have discovered the never-ending cup of tea. All it takes is 2 pints. 2 pints, sorry. Frickin' random tangent. I think I needed a random tangent to calm down from that one. And yeah, YouTube, you want to say, no, we're pro-LGBT, we're in favour of Pride Month. We've got that rainbow flag symbol on our YouTube logo this time. I don't actually know if you have this time, but I'm pretty sure you have done it before. And I know that Google has featured Pride Month in their doodles or whatever it is. I'm fairly certain of that. And we all know that Google and YouTube are in the same bed now. They're one and the same thing, basically. So you want to say we're pro-LGBT, we're in favour of the LGBT community, in spite of the fact that we're demonetising videos which feature LGBT terms in the title or the tags. And in that case, do you want to explain this? Yeah. Yeah, it turns out that during Pride Month, there have been people putting actively anti-LGBT adverts saying that God hates you because you're gay, or have some sort of attraction to the same gender, or you're transgender, or whatever. Because you're part of the LGBT community, you are a sin, basically. And YouTube has allowed these ads through. Yeah? These are ads that are telling me that because I'm part of the LGBT community, that I am scum, that I don't deserve to be in God's heaven. And I'm going to be honest, if that's God's heaven, I wouldn't want to be there if I did believe in it. But if that's your God, if that's your heaven, you can keep it. I don't want it. This advert was made. That's bad enough that these adverts were made. And then they thought, where's a good place to put this, where it'll get views? I know, we'll stick it on YouTube. And what's more, we will stick it on the LGBT community videos that people are making for Pride Month, the ones that haven't been demonetized anyway. We will stick it on those videos so that everyone who comes there to watch someone proud to be part of the LGBT community, someone who is actively trying to make the world better for LGBT people, and they go there, and the first thing they see is a video of some old fart telling them that because they've got an attraction to the same gender, or that they're not the gender they were born with, or that they identify as a different gender, or mixed gender, or non-binary, or whatever you are, that they see this old fart telling them that they're scum. And YouTube is okay with this. They have had this brought to their attention. What was their response? Not, sorry, this shouldn't have happened. We're getting rid of these videos immediately. We're cutting these adverts and this advertiser immediately. No, their response was, well, if you don't want to show them, you can go to your AdSense account and block that advertiser. Really? First off, no one even knew that you could do that. And secondly, we shouldn't have to block that advertiser. That advertiser should not be allowed to advertise on YouTube. And before any of you start going on about free speech protects you from government censorship. It doesn't guarantee you a platform. It just means the government can't come in and say, you know what, I don't like what you're saying, you can't say it. Oh, and guess what? There's another caveat even then. If it is hate speech, it can be censored and silenced. This is law. Don't go saying that, oh no, I've got a right to free speech, I can say whatever I want. Yeah, you can say whatever you want. Doesn't mean you're safe from consequences. And if what you're saying is hate speech, you can be shut up even by the government. And that's your government, that's my government, that's any sane government. So, you know, if you're one of these people saying, you know, well, no, we should give these people a platform so that we can hear what they're saying, and you know, we should allow this right-wing, alt-right Nazi piece of shit to speak at our university because free speech. No, piss off! Don't give people like that a platform. It legitimizes them. So come on, YouTube. You've allowed these videos up. Why? Why have you allowed them? Why did you not vet them in the first place? Surely, if we have to be vetted for what's advertiser friendly, surely advertisers have to be vetted for what's viewer friendly and creator friendly. And if you are going to sit there and demonetize videos that are LGBT friendly, or have the word transgender in the title, or anything like that, and then you're going to allow adverts like that onto them, adverts that are telling the people who are coming here to feel happy and comfortable in themselves, to know they're not alone in the LGBT world, you're allowing them to be shown videos of some fucker telling them they're scum. How are we not supposed to think that you are anti-LGBT there? See, the problem is I think this tea is lasting me longer because it's hotter. I'm having to sip it more. Shut up, phone. Airplane mode that. There we go. Because there's more of it, it's staying hotter for longer, so I have to drink it more slowly. But the point still stands that this is a viable mug for the size of the problem that is outlined in this rant. YouTube, you honestly don't know how close you are to the majority of your platform fleeing from you. If there came a viable alternative to YouTube, so many of your smaller YouTubers, and some of even the bigger ones, would drop you like a dead weight and go over to them. And you can try and crush these companies as much as you want. I actually don't know if you do that or not, but YouTube can try and crush these alternatives as much as you want. Eventually, someone with enough money is going to say, you know what, I've had enough. I'm making a competitor to YouTube. If you want to be LGBT friendly, come on over. If you want to have your say on subjects, come on over. If it's hate speech, you're going to be kicked right off, but come on over. And that company is going to say, you know what, advertisers, if you don't want to advertise on LGBT-friendly videos, fine. Feck off. Advertise somewhere else. And that is going to bring in the communities that you are currently treading on. The creepypasta community, horror creators, general narrators, anyone who is tired of companies abusing your copyright system, going, you know what? That video's used 2.5 seconds of my footage. You know, okay, it was for the purpose of criticism and or parody, but you know what? I'm claiming that video. Anyone who's been the victim of them, they're going to come over and they're going to get a fairer deal. Fine, in the end, it'll probably become money obsessed like you are and end up treading on the small people, but then another viable alternative is going to come up. Basically, if you keep ruling the platform this way, you're not going to be able to sit on the throne forever. So, buck up your ideas, crack down on hate speech, don't give Nazis a fecking platform, and then kowtow when they go, you know what, freedom of speech, I demand that you let me speak. No! You're calling for the killing of people because they're gay, or Jewish, or whatever. F*** off! So crack down on hate speech. Get rid of advertisers who don't want to advertise on LGBT-friendly videos. And more importantly, start treating some of your beginners, like me, as human beings. Because believe it or not, some of the littler people have an important message. Some of the littler people have something to offer that isn't tasering a dead rat or in other ways disrespecting the dead. Or extolling hate speech in any way. Don't get me wrong, I know that at 34 subscribers, my voice is minuscule, if anything. I'm not saying, you know, well, I've made 100 videos, I should be pushed to the top, I should be pushed forward in the algorithm. No! And apart from anything else, most of my videos are archived streams anyway. I've ended up putting more work into the Brony channel in this one, and I'm coming back to putting more work into this one now, so don't think that I'm trying to say that every little small person should be pushed to the top and shoved forward and given a chance to shine. But the ones who are shining, let them forward. Don't keep doing stuff to kick them back down to the bottom of the hill. You know, we don't necessarily need to be monetized, yeah? Just allow us into the partnership program occasionally, you know? Just say, you know what? This guy might actually have something important to say. Let's see what the algorithm says about them. Let's put them in, let the algorithm see if they're popular, or could be popular, or whatever. I don't know how algorithms work. That much is obvious by now. And if we actually become something worth monetizing, then let us monetize. Don't say, you know what, you've got less than 1,000 subscribers, we're going to cut you entirely out. You're fine to keep making videos, but we're not going to push them forwards, we're not going to let you monetize, and, oh, by the way, if you've got a copyright dispute, good luck with that. Because when some of your big names are showing such disrespect for life, or spouting right-wing rhetoric left, right and centre, or, oh god, yeah, here's another one, they actually did come down on this one. Yes, it was during a spate of acid attacks in London, one of the YouTubers, one of the big names, had the fantastic idea that a great prank would be to throw a cup of water into someone's face in the streets of London, and then laugh, and record their reactions. So yeah, record the reactions of people who think they've been the victim of a terrorist assault. Yeah, okay, eventually they came down on that. Took them too long anyway. The instant that had come to light, that should have been shut down. That channel should have been, right, if you're going to do this, No. But the problem is, that channel was a big channel. That channel was bringing them in money. So eventually, reluctantly, they briefly sanctioned him for that. So yeah, as I was saying, when the big names on your platform are doing stuff like that to stay in the public eye, it's time to let some of the little guys have a chance. But yeah, by far the biggest issue that I've had lately is the anti-LGBT targeted ads placed on the few LGBT-friendly adverts that are decided to be advertiser-friendly, even the ones that are marked as diminished advertising, as it may only be available to a small number of advertisers. Well, congratulations, that's allowing them to be targeted specifically by anti-LGBT advertisers. And so when a company is willing to say, you know what, Unilever or Nokia, Samsung or whoever might not find your video safe, so we're going to demonetize them. Oh, by the way though, this anti-LGBT group, yeah, they think you're okay for their adverts, so we're going to let them stick their adverts there. Is that okay? Oh, wait, you don't know that you've got a say in it? Well, we'll just let them run anyway. That is the biggest problem I've had lately. That is what finally moved me to actually say something. And again, I know that my voice is going to be a whisper in a hurricane. But if that whisper gets just a few millimetres into that maelstrom, then it's worth a start. It's worth a try. So yeah. WT actual hairy ever-loving F YouTube are you doing? I patiently await your lack of response.